In this video, we'll look at how to get started using the DevExpress Blazor Map. The Map component can display Google and Azure Maps and allows you to create markers and routes. Built-in controls allow users to zoom and navigate the map or change its type. I've already created a Blazor application that's configured to use DevExpress components. Our map component does not support static render mode, so I enable interactivity on this page. I add a DxMap to the page and use its width and height properties to set the map size. I plan to display Azure Maps, so I set the provider property to Azure. Then I add a DxMap API keys object and assign my map key to the Azure property. A map API key is required to display maps in an application. For information on where to get a key, follow the links in the video description. Our map component automatically centers and zooms the map to display all markers and routes. I want to adjust the map manually. For this purpose, I use the zoom property to set the initial zoom level. Additionally, I add a DxMap center object to the component markup and use the geoposition property to specify a location displayed in the map center. I also enable the controls visible property on the root level to show map navigation and type controls. Let's look at the result in the browser. Here you can see the Blazor Map component that displays Azure Maps. The map is centered and zoomed according to my settings. I can use controls on the right side to rotate the map, change the pitch, map type, or zoom level. Our Blazor Map allows you to display and configure map markers. To create a marker, I add a DxMap marker object to the DxMap markers collection. First, I need to specify the marker location. I add a nested DxMap marker location object and assign marker coordinates to the geoposition property. I also want to create a tooltip for my marker. I declare a DxMap marker tooltip object and specify the tooltip text. In default configuration, tooltips are hidden until a user clicks markers. I enable the visible property to initially display the tooltip. I add 2 more markers to the marker collection. For the first one, I use longitude and latitude properties to specify the marker location and add a marker tooltip without additional visibility settings. For the second one, I specify the marker position using the address and leave the tooltip unset. The Blazor Map automatically adjusts the map center to display all markers, so I comment the DxMap center object in the markup. Let's see how it works. Now the map displays my markers with visible or hidden tooltips. I can click markers to show or hide tooltips. The third marker doesn't have a tooltip. Let's add and display it within a message box. First, I add a pre-configured Dx message box to the page, create a Boolean field, and bind the box's visible property to the field. I also add a string field that contains information about the marker and bind the message box's text property to this field. I want to show a tooltip for a specific marker. For this purpose, I specify the marker's marker ID property and handle the map component's marker click event. In the handler, I use argument properties to check whether the clicked marker's identifier matches my condition and change the message box's visibility. Let's look at it in the browser. My map displays the same markers as before. 2 markers have default tooltips, but when I click the third marker, the message box appears and shows the specified information. Now let's customize marker appearance. Our Blazor Map component allows you to customize icons for all or individual markers. I've already added custom icons to the project's images folder. Let's use them for existing markers. First, I specify the marker icon URL property at the component level to set a common icon for all markers in the collection. Then I want to set a specific icon for the marker that points to the St. Paul's Cathedral in London. I assign the image path to the corresponding marker's icon URL property. Let's see the result. My map markers have custom icons. At the same time, the cathedral marker has a specific icon. Now I show you how to create routes between locations. The Blazor Map allows you to create multiple routes with several key points. The component stores all routes in the DxMap routes collection. So I add the corresponding component to the markup and declare a DxMap route object for an individual route. I need to populate my route with key points. For this purpose, I add nested DxMap route location objects to the DxMap route locations collection and specify their geoposition properties. My route includes 2 key points. Let's see the result. The map displays my route for travel by car. Let's add a similar route for walking and apply customizations. I duplicate the existing route. On the DxMap route level, I set the mode property to walking and use color, weight, and opacity properties to customize the route line appearance. I also apply customizations to my first route. Let's run the application. The map now displays 2 routes with similar key points in different transportation modes for driving and for walking. And that's it for this video. If you liked it, please give us a thumbs up. If you have any questions, please comment below. And don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you get notified anytime we release new content. Thanks for watching, and thank you for choosing DevExpress.